Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, where today we're talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from November the 11th of 1989. I'm sitting here with Doc and Hardbody Harper. Boy, the gang is back. It feels like I haven't talked to y'all in forever, even though I talked to Harper yesterday. Doc, I haven't talked to you in forever, though. So how's it going, Doc? What's up?
That must be why I'm in such a good fucking mood.
Yeah, hey, for real.
What is this I hear about you taking the BTT Facebook group to Parlor?
What?
I heard that Duck Bozard got treated wrong, so you just decided to pull up ranks and take the whole group over to Parlor.
That's still a thing?
Is it Gab? Which one is it? Where's Val Venus at these days? He's leading the charge.
I know you're trying to be funny because you saw a tweet that I replied to Duck Bozard, William Bozard, our Hall of Fame Patreon member who loves driving off the road and howling when he listens to us because he's laughing so hard. But Facebook is out of control, man. You can't say a curse word. He literally said "book it, bitch," like Harper says at the end of every show, and they tagged them as like, hate speech or something or another.
That's fucking crazy.
Or violence or something like that. You can't even. And all he did was he was replying to another listener, and they were like, "Oh, having fun." I went and looked at it, and he said, "Book it, bitch," and they dinged him and put him in Facebook jail for like 7 days or whatever. So yeah, it's kind of off the wall, Doc. I don't know what else to say.
We're going to stay on Facebook for now, but if we keep getting zucked, it's a wrap.
I mean, I just tell the guys, look, that people in the group right now, I don't know what to tell you because Facebook will ding you for stuff that makes no sense. But then I'll see them let stuff go that I'm like, damn, I can't believe they let that go, but dinged you for that. So I don't know what to tell you, man. But anyway,
okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's all messed up.
I'm doing pretty good, and I want to get into something with you here in just a minute. But let's go ahead because I mean this is a pretty momentous occasion. He was here on time tonight, so his bowels were. It's like a dog. He had his woman expressed his anal glands early. Okay, but he did watch the wrong show, so there's that.
I'm like half right.
Yeah, can't get it all right in one night. Harper, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
That's it. You've been having any eggnog daiquiris or?
I had one today. It was a lemonade one. Yeah.
Are those thick? Or are they?
No, those aren't thick.
Okay.
The thick ones are fucking good. It's like a shake.
Oh my.
Yeah.
10,000 calories and then you're drunk.
Yeah, pretty much.
That sounds great. You're all fat and drunk and shit.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of
fat, fucking getting them.
Yeah, you probably do because the world's opening back up and you got to be ready to slip into the suit with the sleeves cut off.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I want to switch it over just a little bit here because we've watched not since Michael Jackson and Sammy Sosa have we watched someone so dark become so light as Mike Mills has over the last few months. First it started with the, hey, I like some Led Zeppelin. Then it was,
okay.
Brah, what kind of beers should I buy? I'm getting burned out on Hennessy. and now Mike has pulled something so white, so crackerish, so Wonder Breadish, so riddled with mayonnaise that while he was doing it for a shoot, ran into Mikey from DFW.
I mean, I think it comes best from Harper to set it up because he's the one who asked me about 2 weeks ago what I was doing for spring break. And I was like, man, my wife.
He was doing something so honky-ish that he ran into one of our biggest listeners.
Yeah.
While doing it.
Christ.
So
Oklahoma,
the story is this. It's not a story. It's a shoot. Harper was talking to me a couple weeks ago, and he goes, and we were talking about something, and I said, yeah, I'm not gonna be in town this day through this day, and he was like, "Whoa, bro, what's going on? What y'all doing for spring break?" And I said, "Man, my wife booked a cabin in Oklahoma because she's been wanting to do this nonsense forever." And Harper's immediate response was, "Bro, y'all really about to do some white people shit for a shoot." That was his exact words. And my exact response was, "Man, look, pin me, pay me. I mean, what do you want me to do, bro? You know?" So I posted that in the Facebook
It might be white people shit, but it was better than working.
Oh yeah.
Now you're on to something there, because I sat by a campfire and drank Hennessy for a few days. But hold on. I posted in the Facebook group part of that conversation, but I left blank where I was going and what I was doing. So then a few days later, I came clean and was like, "Yep, there's what went down, everybody." And I posted a pic of myself by a campfire drinking some Hennessy. Actually, I didn't have the Hennessy in my hand at the time. My wife, daughter, and then one of the
daughter
nights
was drinking Hennessy?
No. Don't even joke like that. The people come knocking on my door listening to this. Come on, bro. But one of the funny part was, the night before I left, I posted the Halloween Havoc pay-per-view notice in the Facebook group. And Mikey and DFW said, "Great, I got some listening material for that 3-hour ride tomorrow to Oklahoma." And I was like, "Oklahoma?" So I DM'd him. I was like, "Where are you going in Oklahoma?" Because 3 hours, I was going to be about 3 hours away too. And he told me, and I was like, "Bro, you got to be kidding me." So anyway, we exchanged a few more DMs, and it so happened that he was like just a couple of cabins away. So one night he came over, he drank the cold beer, Bubba. Doc, he was drinking Shiner Bock.
That's a good one. That's a decent beer.
Yeah, he was drinking Shiner. I was drinking Henny. I actually was topping off and finishing off a bottle of Henny.
You were living the gimmick. You were living the gimmick with the listeners.
Well, he posted that in the Facebook group. He said, "Brother really did finish off a bottle of Hennessy while we were talking." So anyway, yeah, man, I sat in there and it was fun, man. We had a good time. It was all right. I didn't do nothing. To the point you made, Doc, I wasn't at work, which was the best part about it. So there's that. Well, and then Javorsky, hold on. I need to tell you about your boy Javorsky, who's an idiot and a jackass. Okay, yeah, Javorsky, I'm talking to you. This fool can't wait. I live rent free in his head. He's got to clip the picture, and then he starts making memes about me being a homeless man. Him and Jose Corona. Jose I like, though. Jose's cool. They're talking about me being a homeless man. I look like the third Briscoe. Yada, yada, yada.
That's a good one. They don't know what color they are either.
Oh, the Briscoes are brothers. I don't care what anybody says, man. Whatever. So anyway, yeah, I had a good time. It was some white people shit. I do have to admit. In a cabin in the woods, that was some white people stuff for sure.
There's worse places you could be in a pandemic, though.
Well,
you damn right.
All I say is, never once on The Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune have you ever heard him say, "You just want a trip to fucking Oklahoma." You know?
Well, it was funny because I'll never remember the names. There was a few guys in the group who were like, "You weren't in bumfuck nowhere, Oklahoma. You were in such and such Oklahoma." I was like, "Bruh." I never responded because I just was like, "Oh, whatever."
How was that drive up there, bud?
Oh my God, rural Texas and rural Oklahoma is something else, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I was constantly watching my rearview mirror and was just like making sure I didn't speed because not being in Tennessee. In Tennessee, I got a hookup now because Judge Nick out there in Tennessee, one of the judges that listens to us, he flat out told me, if I'm ever driving through the Smokies, he got me covered. Just call him. So I'll have his number on speed dial, and he told me he'd hook me up. So I'm not worried if I'm ever in Tennessee. But driving through rural Texas and Oklahoma is a weird feeling, and that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to talk about nothing else.
Let me just tell you this. Next time you try to do something like that, call me and let me get you up there.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd love to go up there and drink the cold beer with you too. So that would be fun.
Yeah, I'm a hoot on vacations because I give less of a shit than I do in normal life, and then I drink more.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
this was your spring break, right, for the kids? So you got them out of school, you took them on a little trip,
Yeah,
spent some time with them. That's right.
yeah, and then my broad on the way back is like, when we going again? I'm like, oh Jesus Christ.
So, well, I'm just going to tell everybody I'm going on our spring break trip here in a couple of days, but I made sure to go far enough in some place that costs enough money that I'm not going to run into anybody.
Is it
Okay.
a beach?
Nope.
Yes.
Oh, I know where he's going.
Where's he going? In his attic?
I'm not gonna say it unless he wants me
That
to.
sounds like a great idea, but now that you put it like that, if I could get the TV and satellite reception, fuck, I don't even need that. I'll just drink myself to sleep. We're going to Colorado. How about that?
There you go.
That is really some white people shit. They going skiing and shit, probably.
Spoke on that Doja.
Well, I can't do that, but I've never been skiing, so I'm going to come back and need surgery, I'm pretty sure.
White people stuff.
You're going to fuck yourself up. Watch.
There's no doubt. The question is not if, it's how long. The over-under is how long it will take.
This when you find out how old you fucking really are.
Very. Harper, I got sore last weekend picking up leaves in the yard, so this is not going to go well.
Well,
but I'm out next week, and Mike, we haven't had a chance to catch up, but we have some real problems on recording next week's episode that we need to discuss off air in our production.
Yeah,
meeting.
we said we're doing it the day after, right?
Can't.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, Sports is now going to be a 3-day-a-week event.
Y'all want to do it on Tuesday?
Can't.
What the fuck?
So do you want to do it later on that day on Thursday?
Yeah, and we can pick up. I just wanted to give you plenty of heads up since you've decided to not join us at work tomorrow, so I don't have anybody to talk to. So I sit alone and just contemplate the VE thing.
All right, yeah, we'll talk as soon as we're done tonight. We'll square it away. We'll square it away. I mean, I don't see no reason why we couldn't.
I'm tired of talking about what we're doing. Let's talk about some people talking about what we do.
All right, we do need to do that. So, do you want to go first with the first shout out, Doc? Because then I've got the second one.
I do have a shout out here. First of all, I want to say thanks for all the good comments about the Halloween Havoc. It was a nice event to cover, and we do have we're doing the Clash here in a couple of days, so that'll be rolling out soon. We're gonna go to the New York Knockout. Is this on the free feed?
No, that's patrons only.
That's what I'm talking about. But Starcade, big announcement. Just like every other year, Starcade will be on the free feed because we set that precedent.
Yep, we set that back in '85.
Okay, and Harper will be doing that with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a review tonight. It's a 5-star review from Iceman Malenko, and it says here, I'm Big C from Monroe, Louisiana. And I would like to say that this is the greatest podcast ever.
I like him already.
Be blessed and be a blessing. And then there's 3 brown arms making muscles. So by the fact that he's using the Iceman, Malenko could be Iceman King Parsons, but Dean Malenko was also called the Iceman. But Big C sounds like in Monroe. Sounds like we're dealing with a brother here. And since we're friends to all people, we want to say thank you, Big C. Now.
Yeah, thank you, Big C. Hell of a 5-star review. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. And we appreciate you more importantly. And I hope that blesses you where it finds you. Probably in the penitentiary, because I've heard Monroe is a rough place.
Oh, God.
Monroe? I think it's a college town.
Yeah, but I saw something there that for like I was reading up on Big C, and Monroe is the most violent city in Louisiana. You are more likely to be a victim of violent crime in Monroe than you are in New Orleans, and that's got to be saying something.
Yeah, right. I don't believe that shit.
It's based off of per capita. That's why it's okay. I get it. I mean, Monroe, it's a Tough town.
Is it?
Yeah.
How do those Duck Dynasty homos handle it?
They're not in Monroe for one.
They're
I don't know
not.
where they are. They just pray to Jesus,
Let's keep going, Doc.
and that's what saves them.
Doc, do you have anything else from our good friend Iceman Malenko in Monroe, Louisiana? Thank you,
Iceman.
Malenko.
You stay, protect your neck out there in Monroe, man. We don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Yeah, watch your six, dog.
Watch your six. We got another one from Frozen.44. He says the title of it is 80s Wrestling and Raunchy Fun. And the review reads, if you like pro wrestling talk with a little adult humor thrown in, Booking the Territory is the podcast for you. Host Mike Mills tries his best to keep the show on track while Doc Turner gives his opinions on everything ranging from IPAs to football and sometimes wrestling. And Hardbody Harper, when his schedule allows, shows up to add humor and talk about his filthy sex life. There's something for every wrestling fan on this podcast, from the silver-tongued Mike and Doc to the brown-tongued Harper.
Come on.
That's a shoot, brother.
Come on.
Circle, dot, bro.
Will you stop?
Oh, my God. And just so that you two know that I am not making that one up, I have just took the screenshot and I'm sending it to you both so that you can read that for your own purposes. He the brown-tongued Harper. Circle, dot. Speaking of, so thank you very much, Frozen.44. We appreciate it very, very much. While I'm thinking of Harper, we made the announcement last week about Hardbody Harper's video shoutouts, life and relationship advice, plus more. That's right. Harper's going to do this on his own. He doesn't need that company out there that's doing all these video things for people. We're basically cutting out the middleman. Harper is his own business. And remember, if you want a video shout out, or if you want life advice, relationship advice, or if you want to, have Harper shout out one of your friends or something, or talk to one of your friends via video, you can do so. The first thing you need to do is PayPal Harper at cc30388, that is the number 8, cc@yahoo.com. Again, that's cc30388, cc@yahoo.com. And after you PayPal him, you have to make sure you email him to give him the details about the video shout out or life advice or whatever you're looking for. And his email address is chrisharper16, that's the number 16, wildcat with a K, @gmail.com. Both of those addresses for the PayPal and email will be in the show description. Doc, you were about to say something.
Am I the only one that listens to the corny and they play all those cameos? And I'm thinking about different wrestlers that Harper and I could pay to cut promos on Mike.
Does the Iceman have a fucking cameo?
Come on, bro.
I mean, I don't get it. Harper's had a few. I mean, we've had Francine and we've had Missy do those for Harper. I mean, so I think more people want.
So what you're saying is
Harper,
Harper's got the wrestling bitches of the 80s and 90s on his job. Is that what you're saying?
Bro, Harper had Missy talk about kissing him under the mistletoe. Come on, bro. Thank you, Will Harkey, for that one. That was tremendous stuff. So, yes. But anyway, what else you got, Doc? Anything before we jump into
what's the over-under on Corny getting frustrated having to cut promos for some saps fantasy wrestling booking league and going, this money's not worth it. Goddamn.
Yeah, really. If it's some dumb shit like that,
go ahead, Harper. I'm sorry.
I could see him. He's going to get bombarded with them.
Well, that's why he only did 50. I think I saw on Twitter.
149 a pop.
You do the math.
Hey, math. I get it. Now, keep in mind that company. There's a middle person, and from what I gather,
they get a check.
They get a nice chunk.
Is it half or is it?
I was told they get a nice chunk, and I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to get in trouble. But I was told
if you
they
charge 20, 30 fucking dollars. I mean, you ain't getting shit.
You got to turn into a volume shooter at that point.
Right.
If you assume, I don't know for a fact, but if you assume he's getting half, do the math on that, Doc. You're a numbers guy. You can. I know how much that is.
But here's what I want to know. Right? It feels like sex with their clothes on, man. This just seems dirty.
What?
How's this different than girls giving up the punani?
What are you talking about? I'm not.
Yeah.
Just these celebrities that are like, oh, I can't believe it's my number one fan's birthday. Man, these people don't give a shit about you. You need to get Harper to do it. Harper actually cares. Or
That's
actually,
right.
he doesn't care, but he's going to not pretend that he does. He's going to give you some real good life advice that you could use and turn your life around.
That's
Let me tell you something. Harper's already had one person PayPal him, and he's already cut the video. It is tremendous.
Remember the video he cut about the Harper prayer candles in his car?
This video of him sitting on the toilet with the video shout out is the greatest thing I've seen on video this year. And I've seen a lot of stuff on video as we record this at the mid-March of 2021.
Because I did it just like a regular, just like everyone else does. I'm at the kitchen table and I was like, I go take a piss and I was like, I'm doing one sitting on a fucking toilet.
Not only is he sitting on the toilet, but he does something while sitting on the toilet. And I'm not talking about taking a dump. And when I saw this last night and I said, you mean to tell me this guy, I think he was getting married and he wanted you to do this and that's what he requested? And you were like, yeah, all right. It was tremendous, and I can't wait to put it out there into the universe. Maybe you've seen it already. We're trying to get it. We're trying to, do a couple of things, and that way we can get it online. But it was tremendous. So if you got $20 to spare, and you want Harper to either cut a promo on you, cut a promo on your friend, cut a promo on life advice, cut a promo on relationship advice, he's good. Based on this one I saw with him sitting on a toilet. He's good. Do you know how I know it's good? Because my wife, she's kind of like straight-laced. She doesn't like the humor that we do. She thinks we're fucking dumb. I showed it to her last night, and she was like, that is so fucking stupid and gross. I was like, cha-ching!
Hey, how do you spell Dizzy Bone?
Stop saying that company's name. We're not plugging their stuff. Just say that company that does video stuff.
Is it Dizzy Bone?
Are you trying to get one of the Bone Thugs and Harmony folks?
Yeah, I want them to cut a promo on you telling you to stop listening to their music.
Hey, man, fucking grow up, asshole.
We sold enough records without you. Please stop listening to our music.
All right. Doctor, we need to get into the show so you don't...
We probably do. I mean, we've been here for damn near 30 minutes and we haven't talked a lick about wrestling, and that's the name on the marquee.
That's right. So I've got the video version going now. We're going to be covering November the 11th, 1989. This is right before the next Clash of the Champions. Before we jump too far into it, I do want to remind you that to get access to the Clash of Champions that's coming, along with the Halloween Havoc pay-per-view that we just did, you should go to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT to become a BTT Patreon member. That's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. For as little as $5, you can get access to all of our Patreon shows, including all of these wonderful pay-per-views and clashes that we've done recently. I mean, we're basically 2 years into the clashes and pay-per-views, so lots of good stuff up there, plus the world-class shows, tons of other non-wrestling content as well at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. All right, so this week's show opens up with Dr. Death. He's cutting a promo. He's telling Sid Vicious to stick it, Jack, and he's going to put something on Sid that Ajax won't wash off. Actually, he doesn't say that, but he's just cutting a promo on Sid, and that's all. Jim Ross, once we go to center stage, he reminds us that this portion of WCW is sponsored by Twix, And unfortunately, this week's episode, Michael Hayes is in the commentary booth, and he is going to wear me the hell out for this entire episode. It gets very, very ridiculous. I think Harper, although he watched the wrong episode, I think he'll enjoy it because of some of the stuff Hayes says. Also, we are told that the Great Muta was supposed to wrestle Tommy Rich, remember? But we're told Tommy Rich has 30 stitches in his ear, so stay tuned to see if that does happen today. And if that idiot weaseled his way out of this match, I'm going to be very disappointed, but that's just like him, you know. Doc, any thoughts on the opening?
They may have Twix and they may be getting money for it, but I prefer the old open that said these matches are sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. I missed that.
Man.
Yeah.
You're on to something there. That's a good catch.
They lost money with the damn sponsorship, so who gives a shit? Hayes does say that every night is an event when you're the Freebirds when he hops on color here. And at least he has a shirt covering his entire torso so that we don't have to see him rub his nips.
Hey, Harper, what does Michael Hayes smell like right there, that get up he's got on?
Oh, he probably smells like Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels and Aqua Velva.
There you go.
No Drakkar?
No, not yet. That's
Yeah.
like 91.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. Doc, anything else from the opening?
That's what Disco Inferno will come out smelling like. No.
All right. We go to the first match. It's Doom 1 with Woman versus Larry Santo and Tommy Angel. Yes, it's a handicap match. Hayes says on commentary, as he references Woman, he's talking about Woman.
I got the same note.
Good girls go to heaven, and bad girls like me and go wherever we want to.
That's a good line.
I was going to say he called her a low-down, conniving broad.
Well, there you go. That too. He says that today. He's going to be shot into the sun by society, but whatever.
That's why today sucks.
It really does. On that note, though, I will say this, man. He was okay during this match. It's after this match that he gets out of hand. Doom 1, by the way, is Ron Simmons, and Woman.
He is?
Yes, that's Ron.
What?
I was just clarifying. That's Ron, not.
Why couldn't they get him a mask that covered their chin?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
That would make that a little bit more.
I think it's more just their upper body that gives it away more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious,
Yeah.
That's not Pez Whiteley.
Pez who?
Called him Whiteley.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's definitely not Pez.
Yeah.
I'm going to whoop me a hillbilly boy.
Well, this is Larry Santo's debut, I believe.
No, I thought we saw him before.
In Smoky Mountain?
No, I thought we saw him on Saturday Night. Maybe you're right, though. I tell you what, though.
Ron Simmons is up against two of Smoky Mountain Wrestling's finest.
You know what's funny is you can see. I mean, Jimmy Cornette's in his last year with the promotion right here. You're going to see it over the next few months and year. Pretty much I don't say every, but a lot of the enhancement talent, he just was like, all right, Tommy Angel,
Larry
Tommy
Santo. Angel, Larry Santo.
Yeah,
Mark
they're
Kyle,
all on here.
Killer Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Every last one of them. He's just, he picks them from here. He's like, all right, yep, you're coming here.
If Nature Boy ripoff shows up soon, and he's been there before, we'll know it's on.
He does show up. He'll be back. I don't know if it's before Cornette leaves, but I think so. Doc, any other thoughts on this match?
I was just waiting for at one point Michael Hayes to just look over to JR and go, "Hey, where did Butch Reed and Ron Simmons go?"
He says everything else, so it doesn't shock me that it does shock me that he didn't say that too. Any other thoughts on this? Of course, Doom 1, Ron Simmons is going to win. That's the finish right there.
I like that
think it is.
finish. It's something you don't see.
It's like he didn't clothesline him, he choked him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he hit him in the throat and then pins him. It was good stuff though. I mean, right guy won, obviously.
Yeah.
On that note, we're gonna go to a woman. She's gonna cut a promo here. It's a quick one, and we'll go to it right now.
Steiner brothers in tag team action. Let's hear these comments from the most controversial woman in the sport. Here is Woman.
You know, at Halloween Havoc, I had a real treat. I watched Doom just demolish the Steiners, put them down, just gave it to them as hard as they could. I loved it. And now I have a new plan for you, Steiners. I have something for you that you're not going to believe. I'm going to put you out of the wrestling business for good. You know, only little girls are made of sugar and spice.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next event here on...
She's devious. Doc, any thoughts?
She'd be like, look, I sucked the devil's dick. What do you want from me?
Oh, come on. What's wrong with you, man?
I sucked Satan's dick, bitch. Fuck you.
maybe that was a promo she cut in ECW. I'm sorry.
You think you like Climax's fire?
Yeah.
What?
He shoots ash instead of jizz.
Y'all got issues.
Hey, you know who's gonna have issues? If for any reason else, get you a patron subscription to hear us cover Woman at the Clash.
Oh,
my dear God.
yeah.
It is an all-timer. It is, if not, it is equal to, if not better, that time in Florida in the 80s. She wore that black bikini with Kevin Sullivan. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't put it over enough.
And Rick Steiner says something about her on commentary that's tremendous too. And I don't want to give it away. We'll get to it. We'll talk about it when we record that show, Doc. It's tremendous. But I agree with you. tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. On that note, Doc, I don't have a timestamp, but I need to play some commentary. I think it's at the beginning, but I forgot to write it down. Let me see if Garvin's out there yet. Here it is.
Team there to contend with, much less Jimmy Down.
Yo, Michael, speaking about girlfriends, we got a whole limousine full of them. Are you going to be here much longer?
Well, I've got.
Come on, man, they're ready. They're hot. You got to do what?
I got to do 2 hours.
You got to do 2 hours?
Look,
I'll be in the limo.
You can keep it
You
hot.
do the show, all right?
Okay.
You keep the show hot. I'll keep the girls hot. All right.
Nice. Well, surprise guest, Jimmy Garvin here. Don't you think you guys should be training and thinking about this match next week, or just the way you train?
Brother, we stay ready. It's like when our city hostels get busy, we don't have to get busy because we stay busy. And that's
All right, so you heard it there. Jimmy Garvin shows up on commentary. Michael Hayes is he gets ridiculous in commentary all week. It's he's wearing me out, but not yet at this point. He's on commentary. Garvin joins him, and he tells Hayes to dump the show because he's got a limo full of women that need to be serviced. And Hayes says he's still got a 2-hour show to do. So Hayes tells Garvin to go keep the women warm, and he'll be there later. Michael Hayes needs to get his priorities together. We got wrestling going on here. But anyway, Doc, any thoughts on this commentary as the Steiners throw these two around like rag dolls?
What about Precious? What would she think about that?
Yeah, where's she at?
I don't think Precious would be too happy right about now.
What broad have you ever met that is?
It's nice. Is he wearing you out on commentary yet, though, Doc?
No, he doesn't bother me half as much as he does you.
Okay. Did you see? I was about to make a note. Did you see that Steiner line?
Yeah, he fucking
Just-
took that guy's head off.
Vicious.
It wasn't even a Steiner line. He just checked him like it was hockey. I mean, he just runs into him. He just puts his chest up against him, man. He just nailed that dude.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, they were, I mean, even the big dude, Fred Avery, they were throwing these two dudes around like rag dolls.
It's like
It's-
they were. It's like they were trained by Ron Garvin.
Go ahead, Harper. What were you saying?
This guy looks like a dollar store Ahmed Johnson, huh?
He doesn't look like he's had much training, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, looks like he's had just enough.
How much training do you need to stand there and get thrown across? the
Yeah, I
ring?
mean, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Stick the landing and shut the fuck up.
Well, while the match is going on, Garvin comes back out and tells Hayes he doesn't know how long he can get these
God.
women to wait.
Look, bro, what's with that guy's teeth? Look at that.
You know what he looks like?
The Rock of Mortal Kombat.
Got him.
That's what he looks like.
Got him.
He looks like the dude on that GIF or whatever it's called. Got him.
These nuts.
Yeah,
Man, poor bastard.
that's what he looks like. I ain't trying to be funny. That's just definitely who he looks like. All
At
right,
least he takes fingers.
that's nice.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh yeah. Here it comes. That dude did not know how to post.
So
But, here-
we'll just take care of that with. We'll throw
That.
you.
Yeah, we'll just overhead throw you belly to belly off the top.
Problem solved.
I mean, they're just throwing these guys around like rag dolls. It's very, very impressive. It's tremendous, and the Steiners win. Doc, any closing thoughts as we watch that match?
No, man, they are super primed and just whooping ass.
Harper, any thoughts as you watched it?
No. Poor guy. What the fuck is this?
Well, Harper's saying, what the hell is this? We got the State Patrol out there. Yes. First time I think
God.
we've seen them as a State Patrol. We've seen Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker before, although he was just Buddy Lee Parker. But we
I
got...
don't remember this.
You don't?
No.
You don't remember the State Patrol?
No.
Jeez, they're around
You-
for like 5 years.
Dude, they're around in the like 96, Harper.
Were they?
Yeah, they're on like... Doc, they were on like Worldwide and Pro.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you would see them all like weekly on the B and C shows, and then sometimes you'd see them on Nitro. I think, although I'm doubting myself now that you're saying that.
They
but
were
yeah, dude.
Saturday Night champions back in
That's
those
what it
days.
is. Saturday night too. That's right, dude. Harper, they are around forever. The State Patrol. One of them is Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. The other is Lieutenant James Earl Wright.
Also
We definitely
known as CLBC.
we see them for a very, very long time. And here's the thing. We've seen both of them actually on Saturday night before at various times, right, Doc?
Yeah.
I don't know about BC or Earl Wright, but we've seen Buddy Parker already.
I think we've seen him VC before, but you know what? You watch so much wrestling, you'll forget. Anyway,
They're like the new Mod Squad.
I guess it was like, hey, man, the big boss man's over there on WWF, so we need some fucking cops.
I don't. But Doc, they were more over than the Mod Squad,
Oh, yeah.
don't you think? I mean,
they
they
had
were.
to be, because they didn't last a half an hour.
They had to
on
get back to Central
Rocket.
States and make no money.
Yeah.
No money. But okay, so real quick, I'm gonna get in trouble talking about this, but I got to do it. They're taking on Sting and Flying Brian, and so Doc, I always respected the State Patrol when I was watching them back in the day, because like if you watch them, they're very good enhancement talent. They know what they're doing. There's not a time when they're lost or anything. They did their jobs exceptional for years. Would you agree?
They're good professional wrestlers.
Well, I mean, Buddy Lee Parker was a trainer at the power plant, so I mean, like, I thought they were great. I thought they were great workers, and they did their job well. Jesus Christ, yes, both of them are
Great.
damn good.
They're
Dude,
good.
you're like
good
one of
hands.
these idiots. You're like
They're
one of these
good hands.
idiots who thinks somebody's got to be a superstar to be a great worker. You can be a great worker and not be a superstar.
They're
Brad
good
Armstrong
hands.
was a great worker.
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't a superstar though. We can
No.
agree to that.
Right.
What I was about to get in trouble saying is, bruh, I need me a police officer gimmick in current wrestling.
Oh God, you would definitely be a heel.
You would be a heel. I would make you a heel, and it would get over. The problem is you couldn't do it at WWE because you pissed the shareholders off.
See, I don't think you could do that anywhere now.
That's not. This is what's wrong with wrestling. I would have them do some foul stuff too. Oh.
Especially, God, imagine if it was a black dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Put the cops against the Hurt Business and make them do something just vicious, Doc.
The gangsters.
I'm just saying. But anyway, Doc, what are your thoughts on this match?
So we have needed baby faces in this territory in the singles division since Magnum wrapped his car around a pole. So let's team the two youngest, hottest baby faces together.
I mean, this ain't even the worst thing they do.
Okay.
Because like we talked about, Z-Man and Pillman. Let's
need
ice on Z-Man and give him...
I need you to go back to 1527 for... I just had a note. Pillman did something fun. Okay.
Let's see. Oh, the kick? Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was stiff.
Good and stiff. I think because State Patrol is just what you said they were, I would have liked to have seen them get a couple of wins on Saturday night before this match to establish them to even the rubes out there as lower mid-card or mid-card. Now, the mere fact that these guys go for fucking ever kind of establishes them that way, but whatever.
They go for a long time with Sting and Pillman. But I mean, it's a testament to those two guys. I mean, they're not schlubs. They're good workers. They're really good workers. They deserve more. They deserve better. Bring them back in 2020, 2021. Let's make them the State Patrol.
Revival. They're the revival.
I'm telling you, man, if you had a police officer gimmick in 2021, boy, you would make people so mad they'd turn the TV off. That's the problem.
I couldn't book anything.
I could.
You couldn't. We'd all be fired before they serve brunch. Before they serve brunch at the writers' meeting on Monday.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you could do it, but
we would all get, the three of us would get fired before the actual meeting started because we'd be making jokes like, "Hey, how was your weekend? Did you do some circle, dot, dot?" And we'd be walked out. Where'd those new guys go? Shit, they didn't even last until we started the meeting.
No.
Well, Pillman and Sting win when Pillman hits his springboard clothesline on Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. There it is.
I like that they let Pillman get the win to get, at least let him get some spiff out of it.
Yeah, let him get some spiff out of it before they throw ice on him when they team him with the Z-Man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because he's definitely a rising star.
He's a rising star.
So is Sting, though. And I'm hard on Sting, but so is Sting.
But Sting's like almost, he's basically there at this point almost.
They're attempting to put the jetpack on Sting right about now. The injury next year is going to stall that out, but they're attempting to. And as we go to the next match, we got Norman the Lunatic versus Mike Justice. Teddy Long is screaming at the camera. He's tired of people bringing out teddy bears. So Teddy Long murders a teddy bear on television that he's bringing to the ring as he's walking out with Norman. Now, I'm going to play this so Harper can comment on it.
Jesus Christ.
In a little while, Dr. Death comes to the ring, and he's going to bring Norman this big 3-foot sized teddy bear. And Norman is going to win this match when he grabs the big teddy bear, that is sitting in the corner of the ring, and Norman hits a splash on Mike Justice with the bear, and Teddy Long doesn't like the bear and is mad at Norman and threatens Norman. I'm gonna get Doc's comments. Let me fast forward to where we're at. There's Steve. There's Dr. Death. It happened quicker than I thought. You're gonna see it in a second. Dr. Death bringing out the teddy bear. Doc, you want to comment on this, or you got any notes on this nonsense?
No. My notes were, I had 5 letters for this. WTF, FF.
You gotta fix it.
And that's one of those like shit teddy bears you get from like a carnival.
As opposed to a nice stylish one, right, Harper?
It's just got shit stuffed with asbestos. Here's your teddy bear, little Ricky. Don't breathe in too deep.
Yeah.
Harper, you got any thoughts before you see him use the bear? Here it comes.
Well, let's
watch what he does. He's gonna use the bear to splash my Justice. Watch.
Shit looks like Yogi Bear after a fucking crack binge.
Harper, what did you did you see what he did?
God damn.
And Teddy Long's mad.
What the?
You think Dr. Death went back to the back and was like, "Yeah, just like Bill Watts did it, boys."
Hell no.
This is cartoon bullshit.
He goes to the second rope with the bear. Looks at the crowd for some cheers. Jumps off and does the splash with the bear.
Oh.
Shouldn't that be a disqualification?
Yeah.
Yes, he used the foreign object. That's right. It could be loaded with something.
That's right.
I don't know a lot of... Christ. Anyway.
Think he's on that app?
What?
You think we can get Norman the lunatic to
He's dead.
Oh, well then there goes that question.
And he's been dead.
How long has he been dead for?
A long time. Get this. He had a heart attack. I was gonna say he got mauled by a bear.
Well, at least he was in a hospital.
Was he?
Yeah, I mean, look at him.
He died 10 years ago.
He's wearing scrubs.
He died 10 years ago at the age of Bastion Booker. 53.
Dude, that's too young, man.
Yeah, that's way too young.
Damn. All right. Well, on that somber note.
Thanks a lot, Doc.
Yeah, for real.
I would blame the guy for dying, though. All I did was report the news. He's the one that made the news. Get mad at his dead ass.
Let's go now to a rather weird video package / promo from Funk's Grill with Terry Funk, and Ric Flair is his guest. You heard that right. Here it is.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to World Championship Wrestling here on TBS. Before we see the world's heavyweight champion in action, let's go back in time when Ric Flair was a guest about a week ago on Funk's Grill.
My special guest today on Funk's Grill via satellite from Charlotte, North Carolina is none other than Ric Flair. You know, I can't believe he had the guts to show up. But before I interview him, I want to tell you simple-minded people a story. Once upon a time, there existed a head. No arms, no body, no legs, just a head. And that head prayed for a miracle. Well, that miracle took place. That head turned into a tomato. A rotten tomato. Do you simple-minded people know what the moral of this story is? The moral of this story is quit while you're ahead. And that goes for you too, Ric Flair. Quit while you're ahead and while you still exist. Do you understand me, Flair?
You know, Terry Funk, I understand you all too well. I sit here and you wonder why Why am I here tonight? How could I turn down the opportunity to be on the most prestigious talk show in the history of American television, Funk's Grill? Me turn that down? Not a chance. I'm here and I'll make me a star, pal.
Pal, I will make you a star because I will make you look so foolish today and also on November the 15th. You see, I don't want your belt, that gold belt. I don't want your family. I don't want your money. I want something that's more valuable than that ever will be. I want your pride. I want to take that from you in Troy, New York. I want to see those tears coming out of your eyes. I want to see you running from this old dog with those rabbit pellets or raisins falling all over the ring. That's what I want. I want you to crawl underneath that ring, and I want to throw you the microphone flare, and I want you to scream oh so loud, I quit! I quit, Terry Funk! You are the better man! And I want to see your arm reach up from out from underneath there in shame and shake my hand out of fear. Can you understand that, Rick, or not? Do you know how much I hate you?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you're asking me and giving me a chance to answer now, I know exactly how much you hate me. And you have to remember something, Terry Funk. I'm not worried about you taking that gold belt. And I'm actually very, very impressed with the fact that right here, you're addressing this on as serious a note as it needs to be addressed. Because we're not talking about championship belts. We're not talking about women or cars. We're talking about something that both you and I have held higher than anything else and held first and foremost in our two careers. And that's pride, that's integrity, and that's guts. You know, I'm criticized a lot these days because a lot of people say professional wrestling is way too violent. Maybe Ric Flair's outlived this sport. Take that for what it means. But the bottom line is, professional wrestling, like football, is a violent contact sport. And in Troy, New York, on national television, Funk, two of the greatest combatants in the history of professional sports are going to meet head up, not for a title belt, but for one another's pride, for one another's guts, for one another's integrity. One of us is going to say, I quit. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be me. Bring it on, baby.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Flair. Yeah, come on.
We don't need to
I'm ready
argue
for
about
you.
it
Yeah,
right
we don't
here.
need any hollering or screaming. Let's just go out there and see who's the best. Let's end it there.
Hey, I got a better one for you than that. Why don't you bring everything that you've ever had in your life, which is everything you have right now, and that's your reputation, pal, because don't forget the fine line. Not only are you going to say I quit, but you're going to crawl across that ring, and in front of 50 million people, you're going to say, Ric Flair, you're the better man.
Never, never, never will I do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're...
Well, Doc, I don't know. Maybe it was just me. That felt a little weird. What did you have from that?
There wasn't a host to kind of keep it moving. I thought it was good though, because I thought it kind of gave a sense of like there's nobody between them. This is between the two of them. The thing I would have really liked to see is at the end when Funk was getting upset, if he'd have taken like the mic or something and just hit himself in the forehead and busted himself open, that would have been awesome. We're at the end. The thing I don't like about this at all is that all of a sudden this isn't about the title. And that was the central premise coming in, is that Funk wanted the title so bad. And now to blow it off, I don't want your title. I don't like that.
I'd love to add something, but I mean, you nailed it.
But these guys were still good, and they're awesome together, and they're awesome individually. And I'm still ready to see these two guys get it on.
I agree. Not their greatest, though, was my only comment. Outside of what you said.
Yeah, that name, Funk's Grill.
Yeah, that looked weird. JR also, when he led into it, he mentions, let's revisit it. So I don't know if it was just missing from last week's copy, the copy we have. Or if it
Worldwide
aired on,
or some other bullshit.
Or if it aired on another show, but I am glad that they showed it on the main show if it indeed was not on Saturday night the previous week, the full version. So it's fine. I mean, at this point, I don't know what else they could do to get you to tune in or buy a ticket to the Clash. So it worked. Harper, what did you think?
Yeah, I guess, what else can they do?
Yeah. I mean, maybe a pull apart or something. I don't know.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Yeah, what you going to do at this point?
They've been feuding for how long now?
This has been since May. So, here we are.
Yeah. This is what, November?
Yeah, we're 6 months in at this point.
Right.
And Funk's still got one of those shirts
never
on.
changed his fucking clothes.
Same shirt. What they're referencing is we're going to a match. So after that, they air that segment. The next match is Ric Flair, who is going to defeat Lee Scott. And Funk showed up at ringside. He and Flair teased some action, but ultimately Funk leaves the ringside area. I do like that.
The other thing about Funk's Grill is this. Here's a guy who was so bad that a couple of months ago y'all suspended him indefinitely. And Flair paid a fine for him so that he could get his hands on him. And now you've given him his own segment. After he said he wasn't sorry. What?
So then you're really going to be upset when he's a commentator.
Yeah.
After he got fined $100,000 or whatever it was. Yeah. Doc, say it with me. Everything was airtight, brother.
Airtight in the WCW, pal.
I don't know if
we've got some of the hardest hitters in the hit. There's pound for pound as much talent as there's ever been in this promotion, and there's some definite heavy hitters, and yet we're still some cartoon bullshit.
There is a little of that. We joke about the airtight brother thing, but honestly, I don't know if anyone is more of a hypocrite than as good of a booker as he was at times, Bill Watts. Bill Watts. I was watching an episode of Mid-South. Lanny Poffo does a moonsault, a backflip off the top rope, and Watts' whole thing in Mid-South was, off the top rope is a DQ, and Poffo does the top rope move and backflips. He says, that's not a disqualification. He's not jumping on his opponent. He's doing a backflip onto him. But them old timers will make it up as they go, and I will leave it at that as we keep going. Doc, any other thoughts on Flair versus Lee Scott?
3450 with audio, please.
Oh wow, well, let's go back. 3450 with audio. So we're at 3440. So here that is.
Wait until Wednesday night on national TV to make Flair give up. He's ready now, apparently.
Well, why should he if he gets him in such a vulnerable position now? Oh, what a chop. Oh, what a chop.
Man, he almost caved.
Do it again.
Flair.
Do it again.
Light into
Vulnerable position now. Oh, what a chop. Oh, what a chop.
Man, he almost caved her.
That's some serious chops on Lee Scott.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh my.
Okay, Mike, how much would you have to get paid to take one of those from an 89 Ric Flair with your out of shape ass today?
First off, I'm not that out of shape. Second
Fat
off,
ass.
it says the guy who sent me a picture of his fat ass sitting on a toilet yesterday. I'm sorry, a video of him consuming something. Doc, I would stand there and take it. It would have been a privilege to get video to be videoed taking a chop from Ric Flair.
Okay.
You would, you fucking Mark.
And you would too.
No.
So there's that. Oh, you would. Oh, you would.
I would just chop him and say, "This how you do it, Grandpa."
Yeah.
Then you tell him you want me to show you how to circle, dot, bruh?
Then I'll steal his woman.
I bet Rick doesn't need that help.
Yeah.
You think Rick does that, or you think he just does mustache rides?
I don't know.
Okay,
He probably has.
The problem I have with that is that he is well, I'm not going to say that.
Just say it.
Well, we all know that Rick likes hair down there, and sometimes hair down there rolls up the backside too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The next match is the Z-Man versus
Mike's butt.
Jesus. The next match is the Z-Man versus Lou Tafaloni, a.k.a. Louis Spicoli. The Z-Man is going to win this one very quickly. Doc, any thoughts?
Man, how old is Spicoli there?
He looks like he's in fucking high school.
He's a young man. Dude, he's young.
Hold on, let me get that, because he's got to be like no more than 19.
Nah,
I mean, hell, he died in his 20s.
That's true, too.
That's true.
He wasn't that old, and this is 89.
I'm looking.
I mean, he was...
Oh, man, I've got him at 18 years old here.
Damn.
Wow.
18 and a half. But, no, almost 19. He's got about 3 months until he turns 19.
Hey, he's a kid.
Yeah.
Well, the Z-Man puts him to sleep very quickly with his sleeper, and that's that. Doc, any other thoughts?
No.
All right, let's keep moving because we got a bunch of matches and no promos coming up. Well, we actually do get a promo here, but I don't have anything from it. It's a Luger. Did you have anything from it?
He was decent.
That ain't saying much. And that's it. I said meat and potatoes. Not much from it. And that's it. We'll keep moving. We get a Starrcade 1989 plug, followed by the Starrcade 89 plug for Future Shock. We jump to our next match. We got Sid Vicious versus Dr. Death Steve Williams. It's a couple of big men. Dr. Death had Sid on the ropes. They're going toe-to-toe on the outside. But Dan Spivey is going to interfere, though, and we have a DQ. Dr. Death is going to win by DQ. Bunch of enhancement talent hit the ring, but they can't help Dr. Death, and we go to commercial. Doc, any other thoughts before I keep moving?
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I thought that Doc sold quite a bit for him here.
It was fine, and it went the way it should have gone. The DQ with the heels, you know.
Yeah, I also thought that this is probably going to be the finish, for this kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you get Norman out there, and I'm like, have we just decided that we're going to make Dr. Death look as fucking stupid as we possibly can? Is that is that the booking plan? Again, let's take a heavy hitter, real badass. You got the Steiners who are badasses. You got Funk and Flair who are not badasses, but that are serious. We got a real roster here that could go, and we're going to make them look like morons.
Yeah, you're on to something there. I mean, the Harper, think about it. They did this stupidity earlier with Dr. Death bringing out the freaking bear.
Why?
And now he's
all of a
here.
Sudden the stethoscope doesn't seem so stupid.
Yeah.
And then you roll him out in a match that he should be in, with Sid, although it ends up in a DQ. I mean, this is what he should be involved in, not why. I mean, why did they use him to bring the bear out? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Ugh.
Why?
Yeah, that's it. You're right. Ugh. That's my comment. Ugh. Anyway, we'll keep moving. The next match, we get the Samoan Savage with the big kahuna, Sir Oliver Humperdinck, and the SST are out there with him, versus Richard Sartan. Sartan's going to lose, and he gets punished for a while. There's really nothing much from it, just a beatdown. Doc, did you have any thoughts on that?
How many guys out on your recent trip to Oklahoma look like Sir Oliver Humperdinck?
Nah, he's just no. Not like Humperdinck. Humperdinck doesn't look like a hillbilly.
I gotta think that legal weed has opened up to Oklahoma some, though.
It's medical. It's not. It's medical.
Not recreational.
No, I don't believe so, because the ones that I passed were all. I saw it. It said medical dispensary.
Yeah, but you know that's a
Marijuana.
work. You know that's a work too.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, you get any doctor to say, "Oh, he has anxiety."
My
yeah,
neck, my back, my
My
neck and my
pussy
back.
and my crack.
that's nice, Harper.
Remember that
Come-
song?
Yes, I
Will
remember
you
it.
please?
God. Yeah, dude, and we were in nowhere, Oklahoma, and saw quite a few of them.
Whole damn state's lifted now. Just
Yeah.
higher than giraffe pussy.
There's
Dude,
probably a bunch of hippies now.
I mean, y'all know that ain't my thing, but come on, Texas, what are y'all waiting on with it?
The tax money, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on, what? Look,
Just shut up and take your mask off and be happy. Okay? You got that, okay? You got that.
Somebody's gonna get worked into a shoot. All right, keep
I'm
it
wearing a
moving.
mask while we do the show.
I bet you are. Yeah, he actually did. He had a lucha mask on a few weeks back. All right, so after Richard Sartain loses to the Samoan Savage, we get highlights of the Midnight Express, the Dynamic Dudes, and Jim Cornette and that controversy. And then the next match is going to be the Midnight Express versus George South and Pat Rose. So there you go. George South, although wasn't a mainstay in Smoky Mountain as a enhancement talent, he did come in for a few shots, and Pat Rose did a bunch of jobs as well. Doc, any thoughts on that match?
I thought Stan should have rolled in the ring, grabbed the mic, and said, "We're the Midnight Express, and we've glazed more holes than Dunkin' Donuts."
What is wrong with you? Why?
Doesn't that sound like something Stan Lane would do?
You said something on the Halloween Havoc show.
I said that we fucked more people than trickle down economics.
No, that wasn't what you said. That wasn't what you said. You said you made a comment. It was the "We Will Rock You," except you made your own lyrics.
Oh
from
yeah.
it. That might be your top moment of this show in the nearly 6-year history as we approach 6 years. I will drench you was how it ended.
Yeah, let me think about that. You got jizz on your face, you big disgrace, shooting my ropes all over the place.
I
will drench you.
What's wrong with you? That sounds like something Harper would say.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Harper and I need to have our own channel.
Maybe so.
Make money.
All
we got so far out of this is some lousy ass laptops and some headsets. We need some real money, Mike.
I got a T-shirt.
Oh.
Stan introduces for that match that was just going on that we don't even see the finish of. Stan introduces he and Bobby since Corny is not out there with them. And
Where was the finish, man? I blame Reggie for this.
He got clipped off. It's not Tim's fault. JR announces that next week it's the Freebirds versus the Steiners. That's the episode Harper started watching. At this point,
yeah,
how's that match, Harper?
It's good.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. And we're an hour into this show at this point without commercials, and Michael Hayes yelling nonstop is getting on my goddamn nerves. I'm frustrated, and it's gonna show in the ratings for this episode. And like I said, the finish of the match got cut off, and then we go to the main event. I'm joking. Of this week's episode, Ranger Ross versus Bob Emery. That's right. Set your DVR, everybody, or your VCR for this barn burner with Ranger Ross. The Dynamic Dudes cut a picture-in-picture promo talking about the match coming up with the Midnight, and Ranger Ross is going to win a very uneventful match. This is terrible and stupid. Doc, did you have thoughts on this?
I fast-forwarded it, pal.
Yeah.
Harper didn't even watch it, and he fast-forwarded.
I hope Ranger Ross just gets drafted.
Well, he's going to end up in prison soon.
Come on. He's a hero.
He robbed a bank, dude.
With a pistol?
Wearing a mask.
They're like, I bet that's Ron Simmons from Doom.
I think we.
Yeah, this is a clear case of the wrong guy won.
This is. I don't get it. It's just this guy has nothing.
This is Ranger
Boogie.
Ross and Norman the Lunatic are what old bookers think young people want to see.
Boogie, nothing about you says computer or technology. Harper, go ahead. What were you about to say?
Nothing. It's
Garbage.
yeah.
Ugh. All right. Hold on. I got to stop this video version and get the next one going. All right. We keep going. And, well, what do you know? Y'all know how I always talk bad about Tommy Rich?
Yeah.
So, the next match we're going to see was supposed to be the Great Muta versus Tommy Wildfire Rich for the world television title. But Tommy Rich can't wrestle, although his broke, drunk, coked up ass is in the ring. He can't wrestle because he's got stitches. What happened?
Show me the stitches.
Exactly. What happened to wrestling when you got hurt back then? I thought you went out there, you wrestled your match, you put your chin strap on, even if you were hurt, and you wrestled, Doc. Go earn your paycheck. Not this piece of crap. He can't earn his paycheck. He got a little boo-boo, and he couldn't work. I think he didn't want to do the job to Muta, but that's just my opinion.
You think
I
any
think so,
Japanese
too.
girls ever sat on that nose?
Oh,
Right.
probably. But we're not
why's
talking
that guy
about
got a
that.
dick on his face?
Nice. Let's get back to the real matter at hand
I was
here.
thinking about that duster jacket that Tommy Rich is wearing. That's a bigger crime than anything else.
That's what it is.
Look at
That's what it
it.
looks like to
I thought he was
me.
wearing a suit.
No.
One of those duster jackets where, I mean, he's got to have a place to hide all that cocaine he lugs around.
Nothing says white trash more than one of those.
Boy, you ain't
mean,
kidding.
If you're a
Nothing.
cowboy, maybe.
Bro, that motherfucker ain't riding no horses to keep no cattle on a cattle drive.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're from like a Lewis Lamar novel,
Right.
Dude,
not-
he can't afford horses. He's spending his money on blow.
I'd rather spend my money on blow than horses.
That mask does have a long nose on it, brother.
I know. Look at the dick on that guy.
Good God, the length of that thing. Boy, that's a hog right there. Oof. That'll do some damage.
I
But
guess the whole
He-
stereotype
that thing's
fucking
been
Asian
cheap.
guys isn't true, huh?
whoa, wait, what?
Nothing.
What?
Is that what Buku Dao says?
Yeah.
I bet you that little 5'1" son of a gun has got a freaking mule down there. Anyway, why is Tommy Rich not wrestling?
Bruh.
I don't want to
guess he didn't
hear
wanna
he's
put
got
him
a.
over.
They said he's got a gash in his ear. He's got a gash in other places, not his ear, but that's a whole nother story. What is wrong with him? This is bull crap.
He looks perfectly fine at the Clash. I watched it last night.
I guess
Bruh.
it was like, look, I'll go out, but I ain't fucking wrestling him.
Do I get to
Ain't no-
drop
That fucking
Do I get to
Oriental
drop my-
asshole over.
Do I get to drop my Luthez atomic bomb on him?
Look, I ain't no job this fool. I mean, he's out there. I can't.
Damn job to some Oriental asshole that sprays Sherman Williams paint up in the air.
You want him to spray green stuff in my face? I ain't happy. I mean, where I come from, men do the spraying. All right, Tommy. Jesus. This is terrible. So instead of Tommy Rich doing the job to the Great Muta, because Tommy Rich can't be a man, he can't man up and do the job, he weasels out. And we get the Great Muta versus the Italian Stallion, which actually ends up going longer than it should have. But Muta puts the Stallion in a reverse bridge, leg lock type chin lock
Here's the
maneuver,
thing.
and Muta
Here's
wins.
the thing. If they had been, if they'd have shown the stitches, it'd have been fine.
Yeah,
But because you didn't show me the stitches,
I think you're full of shit.
I'm calling bullshit.
Right.
So y'all agree?
I mean, shit.
Tommy Rich.
Get some, fuck yeah, get some sympathy on it.
Dude's a moron. He's a buffoon.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit, bro.
He's stealing money right here. That's all he's
If you're
doing.
gonna say he has 30 stitches and he can't be there, he can't wrestle, and you're not gonna show me the stitches, don't have him come out.
Bruh, last week, that was the big thing. We really haven't been, I mean, we've seen the TV title defended, but not really a lot. The whole thing was, all right, well, we got Tommy Rich. Now, for all the crap I give Tommy Rich, he is a former NWA World Champion. I mean, we don't want to talk about how he got the belt, but he did have it for a cup of coffee, okay? With that said, he's going to go up against one of the hottest guys, or if not the hottest guy in the promotion right now, the Great Muta, who's going to put the TV title on the line. And while Tommy Rich is a bum and an idiot, he has put up a fight in some matches. And, you know, what was it? The pay-per-view of the Clash that he had a good match against Luger. I mean, so he's looked okay in that one match. You build it up that there's going to be this TV title match, and he can't wrestle because he's got a gash in his ear. Get the flying out of here. Stupid. I got nothing else, Doc. Do you? Stallion loses, Muta wins.
I like
no
the
surprise.
finish. I don't have a timestamp, but the finish was good.
Yeah, it was good. They go for a while too. I'm fast forwarding to
There
it
it
here.
is.
There's a finish.
There it is.
He gets that like bridge. He puts him in a leg lock, and then he reverse
Harper,
bridges.
this is good stuff if you're not taking a piss.
All right.
Look at him. Look what he does. He puts the leg lock in.
Then he goes
back. Wrenches on the chin.
And I like that Stallion didn't just tap immediately.
They actually wrestled for. They went for a little while, not like 15 minutes or nothing. But so I mean, you know, Stallion's gonna lose by submission. It looks painful.
But that's
too.
bullshit, though, for real.
Yeah, they did this all wrong except for the two guys in the ring.
Yeah.
That looks good, man.
Yeah, it's a nice finish. Doc, any other thoughts before we keep going?
I really like the fact that in this day and age that Stallion didn't just give up there. He didn't fight it much, but he didn't give up either immediately.
Yeah.
He was in that hole for almost a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then once again, Tommy Rich is out there.
Why?
Tommy Rich is.
Let me see the ear. Show me the ear.
He's arguing with Gary Hart.
You're so hurt that you can't do anything, but you're going after Gary Hart.
I'm glad y'all finally woke up and smelled the coffee with Tommy Rich.
It's the heels that's supposed to fake the fucking injury while they can't wrestle, right?
Not the baby face.
Yeah.
If you ain't got a gash in your ear, I need you to come out there with your head wrapped or something. Not be out there in a duster that you got your cocaine hidden in the pockets with. I don't.
Wearing a fucking duster.
Be a man.
For real.
Have
Why?
you ever met?
Does he have spurs too?
No. Have you ever met people, Harper, that wear those?
No.
Oh, you should be from Texas.
No, I'm cool.
And every person that you run into that has one is a complete and utter just shithead.
Asshole.
Yes, complete.
A total piece of shit.
Like, I look, I ain't working right now. If you are listening to this show, thank you. But if you have a duster, grab that sumbitch, light you a fire in your fire pit or whatever you got, and throw it in there.
God. It's
Don't
like
donate it.
1994 Brooks and Dunn.
Don't donate it. No homeless person needs to be warm that bad. So just burn it.
Hey, Doc, you know any black folks that have dusters?
I don't know. I don't know that many black people. Just you.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Let's keep moving. The Samoan SWAT team versus Agent Steel and Gene Spurlock. You get a picture-in-picture promo from the Big Kahuna, a.k.a. Oliver Humperdinck.
Man, we need to dig Oliver Humperdinck up and bring his regressive therapy to the entire sport of wrestling these days.
You want to explain?
He's making the Savages regressive, giving them regressive therapy to make them more wild and crazy. I think the whole sport could use it right now.
Yeah, he on this picture-in-picture promo, it's quick, but he talks about how he's brought the SST running through the jungles and he's bringing them back to their roots. The SST are going to win this pretty quickly. We get a big splash off the top rope, and Jim Ross teases that someone is going to be coming to the NWA next week, and it'll be a surprise. So stay tuned to see
I saw it.
who that'll be. Yep. New person coming in.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be Hogan. Yep.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yep.
Hey, wait a minute. I've been reading I finally got the Dr. D. David Schultz book.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that motherfucker is the real Stone Cold.
He's the real deal, bro.
He is the real deal. On the back of the book, it's just, first of all, this thing is super independent. So I suggest, first of all, it's not War and Peace. It's not a piece of literature, but you can tell he's got his hand in it, and he's writing a lot of it. And if you like to support wrestling books and independent publishers, I suggest this is a pretty good one so far to go do. But on the back is just a picture of him pointing a gun at the camera.
I mean, that kind of encapsulates like old school wrestling, just outlaws and whatnot. But what were you saying, Harper?
What kind of gun is it?
Dude, he ain't gonna know. Come on.
Is it a pistol or a shotgun?
It's a pistol.
Oh, okay.
Good luck. Good luck with him telling you what kind of pistol. What kind of pistol is it, Doc?
Black.
Is it a revolver?
Fuck, I don't know.
You don't know, Harper. You don't know the difference. Okay.
It's one of those shooty guns.
All right. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's go now to the final promo on this show. If you keep in count, I think I've played 3, and that's right, because there was like 4. Not counting the picture-in-pictures. Let's go to Ric Flair. He's going to close out the episode. He's up there with JR.
Ladies and gentlemen, another man that's gearing up for this Wednesday night. He's going to put it on the line against Terry Funk. I quit rules. Falls will not count. The first man to say I quit will lose the match. Michael Hayes brought up an interesting point. You've got some big matches like tonight in Oklahoma City, tomorrow night in Amarillo. You'll be in Corpus Christi Monday night. What kind of shape will you be in Wednesday night come Troy, New York?
Well, I'll be in the shape that only a world champion should be. And the bottom line is, when you've got the responsibility of wearing the biggest gold of them all, and I'm talking about the flagship belt in all of professional wrestling, that's the World's Heavyweight Wrestling Championship, then baby, you ready for any kind of action. And Terry Funk, I accepted this match, not only tonight, tomorrow, Monday, but Wednesday night. New York Knockout. That's what we're talking about. Troy, New York, national television. And baby, nobody does it better on a national level than WPBS, the Superstation. So the bottom line is, Ric Flair walks down one aisle, Terry Funk walks down another. 2 men, one the world champion, one who has been a world champion. 2 men with reputations a mile long, built on one premise, and that's the fact that neither one of us ever said, I quit to anything in life. You know, Funk, when you stood one step forward and you told the world that if I beat you in Troy, New York, Wednesday night, you would admit that I was a better man than you, then how could I help but jump on that? They say, Ric Flair, you're out of your mind for taking that match. Funk is a nut. He's crazy. Well, you might be right. But if I turned it down, what would you think of me? Flair, no guts, no pride, no honor. Wrong. I accepted it. We're the National Wrestling Alliance, and we base ourselves on being the best. So in Troy, New York, the Road Warriors, the Freebirds, the Steiners, Doom, Terry Funk, Ric Flair, and the bottom line is, Funk, you're gonna say, I quit. Woo!
Fans, don't forget now, tomorrow night, the NWA main event at 6:05, and a big surprise next week here on World Championship Wrestling. This portion of World...
Well, Flair out there doing Flair things, Doc. What did you think?
Well, first of all, they've learned that that's the way to go off the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, he's the guy that needs to be out there bringing it home for the Clash. And again, you see him a little more animated, like, pal, let's do this thing in true Rick fashion versus Funk's Grill. This is what you want. I mean, it doesn't. I wouldn't have realized it then, but in hindsight, you can see that the spontaneity and the realness of the studio show from 3 years prior or 2 years prior is gone. This is all happening under a corporate umbrella, and now you can see it.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not saying that you think he's scripted right there. You're just saying just in general.
Yeah, the whole tone.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different tone.
The whole presentation.
Yes.
Nobody handed him a script, but he's not out there talking about if you're 18 years older and you got a full sweater, let me see you at the Marriott on the 12th floor tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's weird during the Monday Night Wars? I mean, he would go there. That's what's weird. If you think about it, I mean, Turner owned it then, but they dialed it up a notch at that point. So that's the part that's kind of weird, but I'm with you. I just think you lose the vibe of the intimacy of the studio back when, I mean, they're not that the people in the audience are far from him right here, but like in the studio, I mean, they're literally like almost an arm's reach away while they're cutting those promos, and you just kind of lose the intensity of the intimacy of it from the studio. I mean, it was a different time, and you're right. You got a different company owning it now, and Turner owns it, so it's a whole new ball game. Harper, what'd you think?
Nah, he's just trying to get the pay-per-view over.
It's not a pay-per-view. It's a free television event.
Whatever, man.
No, there's a big difference. I actually could see the Clash. I can't see a pay-per-view.
I'm with Harper. I do like that he said this is the flagship belt in all of professional wrestling, boy. Flair's still digging in. He's really still,
he's still
promoting.
Hanging on to that NWA.
Yeah, he really is. But he did a good job talking him into the building, convincing us to tune into the Clash if we couldn't be in attendance. It's the right thing to do by getting him to close it, and that's my final thoughts on the promo. That's what I think. Doc, any other thoughts before we rate it, Rolex it, all that stuff?
Let's stick it under the table and examine this thing.
All right, we're going to do so shortly. Before I do so, I want to remind everyone, please, if you don't use it all the time, please use our Amazon Associates link. It is tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. Great way to support the show without spending anything extra. If you shop on Amazon or anybody in your family shops there, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever you have in your life, your side piece, make sure they're using the Amazon Associates link for BTT. It's tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon.
Hey, it's almost Easter, so if you're out there getting, a big box of those marshmallow peeps or whatever on Amazon, use it.
God.
Ugh, boy.
Those things are fucking horrible.
Terrible. Ugh. I'm with you. Yeah.
Y'all get Heavenly Hash over there?
What?
Mike?
I haven't looked in the store for those things for years, but I hate them. Ugh.
Oh, come on.
No. No, Harper. Ugh, gross. I mean, they're not as bad as those disgusting peeps, but yeah, no thanks.
Peeps is
Hard
like,
pass.
hey, let's take a marshmallow and put fucking sugar on it. And shape it like a fucking bird.
Yeah, no thanks.
And bunny.
Yeah, and a fucking bunny.
I just want some chocolate, man. That's all I want. Nothing fancy.
We know, Mike. Fuck.
Like them gold bricks, the gold bricks. The gold bricks are good too. Those are good. But yeah, I don't need all that fancy stuff, man. Just chocolate. There you go. And you making fun of me.
What?
You like you some chocolate too, circle, dot.
Oh, come on, man.
Nobody wants any feces in their ass play.
Yeah.
Hardbody Harper's the only person who can go through a pandemic meet his woman, and the night he meets her, circle.
Who does that?
He probably, the night he met her, was like, "Hey, baby." He puts his foot on the stool that's sitting at the bar. He puts his,
On the stool? He put his foot on a stool?
Puts his foot on a stool. Leans and puts his elbow on his knee. Hey, baby, you believe in circle, dot at first sight?
Right, shit, that broad looked over the bar at him and said, "You want to go home?" And he's like, "Sure, why not?" That's how that played out. Did you ever give the Rona to your girl?
No, she never got it.
It's a miracle.
She's bulletproof. I don't know.
Because there's no way they were social distancing during that moment. No way. They were exchanging every bit of fluid.
Yeah, she just never got it.
That's Jesus.
And I had
okay.
the Rona, and she still never got it. So,
Doc, you and I both know if you and I got it, we'd be chewing on a ventilator. But before that, we would have given it to everyone in the house, and they would have been chewing on a ventilator too. That's our luck.
If I gotta go, well, shit. If I gotta go, I think I want to take a few out with me.
That's right. All right, so we're going to rate this thing and hand out some Rolexes. I'm going to go first this week with the rating.
Uh-oh. That means he's not happy.
There was not enough smack talk in this episode. We like our smack talk. That's what made all the shows great over the years. There was really only 4 real promos that weren't picture-in-picture promos, and that picture-in-picture thing is a WWF thing. I just don't like it. I mean, I need some smack talking in my wrestling.
You need some goddamn sizzle, bro.
Yeah, I need some sizzle. So I'm giving this thing a C+ because I love wrestling. But that's it. C+, and I need some more smack talk. Doc, what are you giving it?
I think you're being a little harsh upon this.
Yeah,
of course, because I went first. I know. You got to be a contrarian. That's what you do. That's your thing. That's your gimmick.
Well, I'm a contrarian who's going to give it a higher grade than you did.
That's your gimmick. Go ahead.
I didn't think it was that bad. I'm going to give it a B.
Harper, what are you thinking?
I give it a C+ to be nice.
God.
Dude, it's just same shit every fucking episode.
That's what corporations do. They get a process and then they just keep it going.
It's like Groundhog Day of wrestling.
It's called efficiency.
And it's the same job guys.
No. We had State Patrol. That's not true. We had Larry Santo for the first time. We had the D's Nuts guy.
Agent Steel.
Well, we used to have Thunderfoot and what the fuck was his name?
The green guys.
Cruel Connection.
Yeah.
And the Pablo Crenshaws and all those, the Tony Subers, and we had all those.
I don't know, man. It's just, I miss those fucking promos.
I missed the studio.
By the podium. Yeah, dude. And Flair just going off how he's going to screaming about how I'm going to bang all the bitches and I got all the money and you don't have what it takes to live my lifestyle. That's why I'm me and that's why you're you and that's why I'm the champion. Woo! And then he would just fucking walk away. That's what I want to see.
If you got a full sweater, meet me after the show.
That's right.
It's already, we didn't know it at the time, but it's already starting to get watered down and neutered here.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harper gave it a
C+. And that doesn't mean that
plus.
it's done and there's not good moments ahead and that we can't have fun doing this.
They're just sporadic.
Let's be clear, the magic is gone.
And you don't expect the good moments. They just happen.
It's still better than what comes on Wednesday and Monday nights.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on, bro.
I mean, at least this was still pro wrestling.
Yeah. They should put like the brass ring, bro. What the fuck?
I'm comparing this against 85 and 86. If I'm comparing it against today's product, it's an A+++++++.
Every
Dude,
week.
I saw that the fucking brass ring thing. I'm thinking that's from Sonic the Hedgehog. That's the
What?
ring. The rings.
What are you talking about?
Yo, I don't watch this stuff.
We're
Yeah.
lost. What are you talking about?
On the pay-per-view.
What pay-per-view?
The one that just
Harper,
happened.
I only saw clips of the 2 poots of jizz, this explosion. That's all I saw. I didn't see nothing, no Sonic the Hedgehog rings. What are you
And
gotta
they had
educate
a
us.
ladder match or some shit, and now they hang shit from the fucking, like a Money in the Bank deal. It was the brass ring. You gotta reach up and grab the brass ring. And it was it looked like a golden big donut. And I kept thinking, it looks like the ring from Sonic the Hedgehog. We had to grab all the fucking rings.
I got a crazy idea. Why don't we just get in the ring and try to whoop each other's asses?
Sonic
And along the
Hedgehog.
way, and hold on, because this is a real radical thought I'm about to lay out there. Along the way, let's talk some shit about it. We're so far away from real wrestling that if somebody just came out and did it right, it would get over huge.
Well, I mean, Doc, you said it on the Halloween Havoc pay-per-view. What's rolled out on that particular show Harper's talking about, Harper and I had a semi discussion offline about this, about how you just can't even talk about it because there's nothing that you would say would be original anymore. You would repeat yourself over and over. But
so we shouldn't do it every week on the show.
But you made the point during the Havoc pay-per-view when you said that's what they do. It's not even the same thing. It's the only semblance, and you didn't make this point, but I'll say it. The only semblance that makes that even close to 89 is the fact that there's a ring on the television.
Yeah.
It's not
like
even
comparing a Chevy Impala now and saying this one is just as good as a 65 Impala.
No. Those are both cars. These aren't
Right.
the same things.
It's not. Like I know where Harper's going because he's a car guy. It makes sense because they are quite different, but they're still cars.
And there's still the fucking logo. So look, this is Chevy Impala. This is just a new improved one. It has airbags. This one's safer.
No.
But that the stuff that, especially that show on Wednesday nights, what they, and I hate to say it, but WWE is as bad as that can be is much better. What they roll out there on Wednesday nights is usually most of it. Let me say, is not pro wrestling. I watched that episode where Tully was out there and Shaq worked and went through the table because I wanted to see Shaq and I wanted to see Tully. And it's not pro wrestling.
Here's the thing that gets me. It's like they had no plan and were bad improv and just showed up. The sorry part is that they spend hours planning this shit.
I saw clips of that tag team gimmick they did at the pay-per-view. And again, I didn't see the whole thing, disclosure. I saw the clips of that tag team gauntlet or whatever they called it. And Harper, you know how you always said back in the days you had all these big bastards in the ring, muscle-bound freaks, and or they look like grown men.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody in that ring that I looked at and was like, I'm scared to get in a fight with that guy.
Yeah. I mean, what do you
And I
wanna
don't
say?
consider myself a badass. I just look at that ring and go, man, these guys all look like I could pluck them and they would fall.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to say?
We can keep yelling at clouds until the clouds are no longer there. So who gets the Rolex?
On that note, the Rolex, you give yours out first because it certainly ain't going to Tommy Rich. He's getting the reverse Rolex.
I'm going with Rick.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Who are you giving yours to?
Yeah. I'm giving the fucking Muda's dick nose.
Oh.
And I'm gonna put the watch around his dick. I mean his nose.
Dude, I got it on the video version right now. Look at how
Look at that
long
thing.
that thing is, man.
But seriously, he could just lay there and have some chick sit on his face, and
If you're not a patron, and
That's what I was trying to say, is that he's cheeks deep into something.
yeah,
Dude.
really.
he's got a mask on that how many inches is that nose, Harper?
5 inches.
Easily.
No, that's 5.
Well, okay. But you're right.
I mean, you're not looking at it from the angle that you're used to looking at it from.
But it's got some length on it. So Harper, you're giving it to Muda's mask or his nose.
Yeah, his fucking dick nose.
I'm giving mine to Ric Flair. And on that note, Doc, you got anything before you jump on and get out of here? I got a couple of things I got to take care of.
Well,
Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and split because I got some kids to put to bed. But hey, y'all be blessed and be a blessing out there. We'll catch up on next week and figure it out. We always do. And I can't wait to get on this clash with Silva and show him a thing or two about how to do this thing or two.
That's right, damn it. Well, we'll catch you later. On that note, I want to remind everyone, Hardbody Harper has started his own video shout-out service. That's right. If you want a video shout-out on life, relationship advice, or you just want Harper to tell you hello, or you want Harper to tell somebody else hello, or you want Hardbody Harper to cut a promo on someone, if you want that, you're going to have to email Harper and PayPal him $20 with that information. So remember, his email address is chrisharper16 wildcat@gmail.com. That's wildcat with a K. And his PayPal is cc30388cc@yahoo.com. Again, check the show description. That information will be there. For $20, Hardbody Harper will cut you a video shout out. He'll give you relationship advice if you've got a question for him about your woman, your wife, whatever, or some girl you're trying to, get to know better, life advice, whatever it may be. You're the man to handle it, right, Harper?
That's right, baby.
That's right. So Harper, don't forget, make sure you're checking those emails. That way you'll know when they email you. And hey, when you email Harper, you got to make sure you tell him what your PayPal address was, because that way he can match it up and say, okay, that's John, or that's Dave, or that's Chris, and he sent me a PayPal from this address, because he's got to know who it's coming from. That way he knows who to send it to. But anyway, make sure you reach out to Harper and get your own video shout out. And then I got to handle one other thing. I want to give a shout out to Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn, the northern version of BTT, slightly classier, but a little bit more professional than us. They support us, so please support them and check them out. That's OVP, Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast. And shout out to the Bottom Line Cast with Mike Crew and JV. They do our ECW show on our Patreon feed. Just check them out. Go search for Bottom Line Cast. It's a podcast on the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Thanks, Mike and JV, for all you do on the ECW show on the Patreon feed. And remember, if you want access to the Clash that's coming up in a couple of days, you got to go to tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT to get access to the Clash, along with over 200, probably now almost 300 episodes on our Patreon feed. Harper, anything else before we get out of here?
Nah.
All right, bro. Well, do me a favor, hit the tagline. Let's get out of here so we can go home.
Book it.